Good morning, students. In the last two classes, we discussed cash flow statement questions without adjustments. From today onwards, we will start cash flow with adjustments. Those who have not watched the last two videos yet, they need to go through all the previous videos of this chapter. Then only you will able to understand today's video. So let's start. So first of all, I am going to discuss this cash flow statement with all the adjustments. As you can see here, basic concept is that only, but this net profit before tax, operating profit, ये थोड़ा डिटेल में आज हम स्टडी करेंगे along with all these adjustments. So format of cash flow statement, indirect method for the year ended as per accounting standard 3 revised. First activity is cash flow from operating activities. Under that we have net profit before tax as per working note. So let's see the working note, how to calculate net profit before tax and extraordinary items when adjustment is given. Here it is, net profit before tax and extraordinary items. If you want, you can show this as a working note separately, or you can write this in the format as well. ठीक है, या तो format में show करो या अलग से working note. So first is surplus closing minus opening. I think you all know this surplus balance which is given in note to account, that is statement of P&L. Difference of these two is profit after tax actually. Okay, then here comes our adjustments. These are the components to be added. First is transfer to reserves. If the amount of reserves has been increased, you will add the amount. Okay, जितने भी रिजर्व्स हैं अगर ये इंक्रीज हो रहे हैं तो हम ऐड करेंगे. रीजन इज increase in reserves in comparison to previous year indicates that a part of profit of current year are transferred to reserve. That's why it will be added. Similarly, a decrease in reserve is deducted as it is a utilization of past reserve. जो भी reserves हैं previous year से current year में अगर increase हो रहे हैं तो आप ऐड करोगे, because it shows that more profit has been earned. That's why we have kept some of the amount as reserves. If it is decreased, you will subtract the same. Then we have dividend payable. Here we are talking about proposed dividend of previous year. Yes, proposed dividend is of previous year and current year is given. As per the new rule, will take previous year proposed dividend. Yes, okay, unless specified in the question, you will take proposed dividend of previous year. Suppose 2018 and 19 is given, you will take the amount of 2018. This will be added while calculating net profit before tax. As you know, it is a part of financing activity. That's why we are adding up all these amount. In the same manner, interim dividend paid during the year will be added. Then we have provision for tax for the current year. Alright. So provision for tax is what? It is an estimate of tax liability for a given year. So provision for tax made during the year is a non-cash expense. Current year provision will be added to calculate net profit before tax. Alright. Then we have extraordinary items, if any, debited to statement of profit and loss. Now what is this extraordinary items? These are those items which are not frequent in nature. For example, loss of inventory due to fire. P&L में अगर कोई भी चीज डेबिट हुई है, what does it mean? These are expenses. Okay, so loss of stock by fire ऐसा रोज तो होता नहीं है. ओके, तो जो भी एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी आइटम्स P&L में डेबिट कर चुके हैं हम टू गेट आर प्रीवियस प्रॉफिट, जो एडजस्टमेंट्स के बिना वाला प्रॉफिट है, नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स, if you want to determine that, we need to add up all those extraordinary expenses. Understood? Because in the previous class you have studied how to prepare profit and loss account. To calculate net profit, we add all the incomes and subtract all the expenses. तो वहां पे हम सारे एक्सपेंसेस माइनस करते हैं, बट हमें एक्चुअली पहले का प्रॉफिट चाहिए विदाउट एनी एडजस्टमेंट्स. तो वो सारे एक्सपेंसेस क्या करने पड़ेंगे? वी नीड टू add back. So that's why we have added. Suppose the loss of inventory by fire is given, you need to add the amount to calculate net profit before tax. All right, here comes components which we need to subtract. Extraordinary items, if any, credited to statement of profit and loss. Okay, now what is this extraordinary item which has been credited? Suppose insurance claim received. ओके, ये भी फ्रीक्वेंट नेचर का नहीं है. उस टाइम पे जब हम नेट प्रॉफिट कैलकुलेट कर रहे थे, वी यूज टू एड दिस अमाउंट. नाउ वी वांटेड टू रीच नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स, सो फॉर दैट वी नीड टू सब्ट्रैक्ट दिस component. Understood? So extraordinary items, if debited statement of P&L, it will be added. Extraordinary item, if credited to statement of P&L, it will be subtracted. समझ में आ रहा है? P&L में डेबिट हुआ है मतलब वो एक्सपेंस है. That's why we are adding up. And credit side में दिया, that means it is an income. So we need to subtract it. Then refund of tax credited to the statement of P&L. This will also be subtracted. After all these adjustments, we got net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Here it is, net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Then adjustments related to all non-cash and non-operating expenses. Non-operating items. Non-cash, as I already told you in the previous class. So what are the components to be added under this? Depreciation. Intangible assets like goodwill, patent, trademark, amortized अगर value कम हो रही है. Interest on bank overdraft, cash credit, interest on borrowings, whether short term, long term, debentures, share issue expenses, loss on sale of fixed assets, increase in provision for doubtful debts. Okay, these all components we need to add because these are non-cash and non-operating expenses. Interest and loss on sale of fixed assets are not a part of operating activity. This fixed asset, as we have already discussed, is a part of investing, and all these borrowings comes under financing. So while preparing operating activity, we need to add up all these non-operating expenses. In the same manner, non-cash expenses like depreciation and intangible assets amortized. Then subtract all this non-operating income like interest, dividend income, rental income, gain on sale of fixed asset, decrease in provision for doubtful debts. After all this adjustment, the heading is operating profit before working capital changes. Alright. Then next step, we have already discussed this in our without adjustment question. Decrease in current assets and increase in current liabilities. I have already explained why we are adding these two. Okay, so these are the current assets and current liabilities. Vice versa will be subtracted, that is increase in current assets and decrease in current liabilities. Then the heading will be cash generated from operations. Now if you have any tax paid is given in the question, that will be subtracted. Okay, then adjustments related to extraordinary items will be added or subtracted accordingly. This I am going to explain along with one question. अभी अगर मैं ये भी explain कर दूंगी तो it will create some confusion. So just remember, cash generated from operations, after this you will less income tax paid if it is given in the question. Then the answer is cash flow from or used in operating activities. Cash flow from investing activities. I think you all are familiar with this activity, that is all the receipts, that is sale of fixed assets, non-current investments comes under investing activity. Interest received, dividend received, okay, rent received and payment will be considered as outflow. All sale of fixed assets and investment will be inflow and purchase will be treated as outflow. All right. Here comes the last activity, cash flow from financing. Proceeds from issue of shares, other long-term borrowings, बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट, कैश क्रेडिट. अगर वैल्यू इंक्रीज होती है इट इज एन इनफ्लो. सपोज द वैल्यू हैज बिन डिक्रीज, लाइक लोन की वैल्यू अगर कम हो गई, डिबेंचर्स, यू विल सब्ट्रैक्ट द अमाउंट बिकॉज इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज एन आउटफ्लो. Okay, then dividend, whatever dividend payment is there, you need to subtract that. Then we have net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent. You will sum up the answer of operating, investing and financing. Okay. If the answer is in positive, you will write net increase in cash and cash equivalent. Suppose it is in negative, you will write net decrease in cash and cash equivalent. Next step, to add opening cash and cash equivalent. Here cash and cash equivalent comprises of cash in hand, cash at bank, short term deposit, current investment, marketable securities. The answer which you will get should be equal to closing cash and cash equivalent. One more thing, there is one alternative of this provision for doubtful debts. See here, this transaction is given while calculating operating profit before working capital changes. Okay, अगर increase हो रहा है you have added, decrease हो रहा है you have subtracted. If you don't want to show this provision here, you can show this here as well. ओके अगर आप यहाँ नहीं दिखाना चाहते हो एडजस्टमेंट फॉर नॉन कैश एंड नॉन ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस, यू कैन शो द सेम अंडर दिस हेड. इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज करेंट लायबिलिटी as it is a provision. So provision is current liability. So current liability rule we all know. If it is increased, you will add. If it is decreased, you will subtract. Okay. Now let's solve one question followed by some adjustments. Here I am reading out question number 45. Following are the balance sheet of Solar Power Limited as at 31st March 2014 and 13. These are the headings: equity and liabilities. Under that, shareholders fund. It include share capital, reserve and surplus. Then non-current liabilities. Afterwards, current liabilities. Here we have assets. Under non-current assets, tangible, intangible. Under current assets, we have current investment, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalent. Note to account is also given. Reserve and surplus include surplus that is balance in the statement of P&L. Then under tangible assets, we have machinery less accumulated depreciation. Then we have intangible assets, that is goodwill. See, here comes the adjustment. Additional information. During the year, a piece of machinery costing rupees 48,000, on which accumulated depreciation was rupees 32,000, was sold for rupees 12,000. Prepare cash flow statement. In this question, you will find a new word, that is accumulated depreciation. See, here it is written machinery less accumulated depreciation. So what is the meaning of this term? Let's study that first. Here is the meaning: the aggregate or total amount of depreciation charged during the lifetime of the asset is known as accumulated depreciation. So here asset means all the fixed assets except land, because we cannot estimate the life of the land. ठीक है, लैंड को हटा के जितने भी फिक्स्ड एसेट्स हैं उनके जो टोटल डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज होता है ड्यूरिंग द लाइफ टाइम इज नोन एज एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन. ओके, सो डिफरेंस क्या है डेप्रिसिएशन और एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन में? व्हेन एवर डेप्रिसिएशन इट इज गिवन, at that time fixed assets are recorded at the written down value. okay? उस टाइम पे वो written down value पे होता है. See here, अगर यहाँ पे accumulated depreciation नहीं होता, that means it would have given the net amount of machinery. ओके, यहाँ पे नेट अमाउंट होता, बट बिकॉज एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन, मशीनरी वैल्यू इज रिटन एट द ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट. मतलब इसमें अभी डेप्रिसिएशन का डिडक्शन नहीं हुआ है. As you have already prepared machinery account, this fixed asset account in class 11, तो उसमें हम क्या करते थे? We used to write the amount of depreciation on the credit side of assets account. फिक्स्ड एसेट्स अकाउंट पे हम डेप्रिसिएशन को क्रेडिट करते थे, विच शोज दैट वी हैव डिडक्टेड दिस अमाउंट फ्रॉम द फिक्स्ड एसेट्स वैल्यू. बट दिस एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन मीन्स it has not been subtracted yet. Okay, so here I have taken one example. Suppose machinery we have purchased for rupees 50,000 and estimated life is 5 years. How will you calculate depreciation? We are following a straight line method. So in the first year value would be 50,000 divided by 5, that is 10,000. Next year also 50,000 rupees divided by 5, that is estimated life. Answer is 10,000. So total depreciation would be 10,000 plus this 10,000, 20,000. Okay. So when you are showing this aggregate amount of depreciation in your balance sheet, we will record machinery at its original cost. Okay. आप original cost पे दिखा रहे हो. Okay. So this collective amount of depreciation is known as accumulated depreciation, which has not been credited yet as depreciation in fixed assets account. Okay, so that's why it is also known as provision for depreciation. All right, now let's get back to the question. Here we have additional information also. During the year, a piece of machinery costing rupees 48,000, on which accumulated depreciation was rupees 32,000, was sold for rupees 12,000. मशीनरी अभी तक हम एडजस्टमेंट्स नहीं था, तो क्या ट्रीटमेंट था? इफ द वैल्यू इज इंक्रीज्ड इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज आउटफ्लो. मतलब आपने और फिक्स्ड एसेट्स परचेज कर लिए हैं, इट विल बी सब्ट्रैक्टेड. सपोज द वैल्यू इज डिक्रीज्ड, यू विल एड because it will be considered as inflow. But in this question we have some additional information as well. Okay, so whenever adjustment is given for the fixed assets, we need to prepare the account. So here we need to prepare two accounts. First is for machinery, another for accumulated depreciation. ओके, क्योंकि accumulated का भी adjustments given है. In the same manner machinery adjustment is given. So we need to prepare two working note here, namely machinery account and accumulated depreciation account. So here you can see our first account is machinery account. Format particulars amount. As you know, machinery is asset, so opening balance will come on the debit side, closing balance on credit side. I have recorded the original cost. Okay, मैंने depreciation deduct करके नहीं लिखा है. I have written the amount in the original cost of machinery. Here you can see machinery amount is 20 lakhs and 25 lakh 40,000. See, here it is. Opening balance to balance BD I have written. Amount is 20 lakhs. Closing balance will come on the credit side. You will leave some lines and write closing balance as by balance CD 25 lakh 40,000. Understood? जो 2000 we have the year 2013-14. 13 is the opening balance. ये आ जाएगा डेबिट साइड में. You will write to balance brought down 20 lakhs. And जो 2014 का मशीनरी अकाउंट बैलेंस है, that will be shown on the credit side. You leave some lines. Then you will write by balance CD 25 lakh 40,000 at their original cost. All right. Okay. Now adjustment, it is written during the year. A piece of machinery costing rupees 48,000 on which accumulated depreciation was rupees 32,000 was sold for rupees 12,000. ओके एक मशीनरी जिसकी वैल्यू 48,000 थी, उस पर्टिकुलर मशीनरी पे डेप्रिसिएशन था 32,000, जिसको सोल्ड किया गया है 12,000 में. जस्ट मेमोराइज मशीनरी अकाउंट विच वी हैव स्टडीड इन क्लास 11. जब भी सेल होता था, वी यूज टू राइट ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड. इन द सेम मैनर यू कैन सी इट इज रिटन हियर बाय बैंक अकाउंट सेल इनफ्लो रुपीज 12,000. ओके, अब उस पर्टिकुलर मशीनरी पे डेप्रिसिएशन मेंशन्ड है 32,000. So depreciation also comes on the credit side. I have written by accumulated depreciation. Okay, 32,000. Now we need to check whether it is profit or loss. So 48,000 की मशीनरी है. Depreciation on that rupees 32,000. 48,000 minus 32,000 value is 16,000. है ना, हमारे पास रिमेनिंग बैलेंस इज 16,000. बट यू हैव सोल्ड दैट मशीनरी फॉर रुपीज 12,000. 16,000 जिसका नेट वैल्यू आ रहा है, उसको आपने सोल्ड किया है 12,000 पे. क्लियर कट, इट इज लॉस. लॉस ऑल्सो शोन ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड. यू विल राइट बाय लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ मशीनरी. ऑल राइट, कितने का लॉस हो रहा है? 16,000 माइनस 12,000 इज 4,000. Now we need to check which side is more. Here total you can see 25 lakh 88,000 we are getting. 12,000 plus 32,000 plus 4,000 plus closing balance 25 lakh 40,000. Total is 25 lakh 88,000. And here we have 20 lakhs only. So debit side is less. ठीक है, डेबिट साइड में वैल्यू कम है. सो डेबिट साइड में कम है मतलब ये क्या इंडिकेट कर रहा है? द बैलेंसिंग फिगर ऑफ रुपीज 5,88,000 वुड बी द परचेज वैल्यू. याद आया? मशीनरी अकाउंट पे जब हम परचेज करते थे तो उसकी एंट्री क्या होती है? मशीनरी अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश और बैंक अकाउंट. सेम थिंग वी हैव डन हियर. सिंस योर डेबिट बैलेंस इज लेस, the balancing figure would be purchase value of rupees 5,88,000. For that you will write to bank account in bracket purchase. This is an outflow and it is balancing figure. Balancing figure ही आया है ये 25,88,000 minus 20 lakh करके हमने ये value निकाला है. That's why it is written balancing figure. Now what will be the effect of these transaction in your cash flow? ओके, पहले से ही स्टडी कर लो. सो सेल वैल्यू ऑफ रुपीज 12,000 विल बी शोन अंडर द हेडिंग इन्वेस्टिंग. ओके, इन्वेस्टिंग में आप क्या करोगे? इट विल बी एडेड. व्हाट अबाउट दिस लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ मशीनरी 4,000? इट विल कम अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ नॉन ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस. ओके, नॉन ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस है. दैट्स वाई इट विल बी added with net profit before tax. And this purchase value, because it is an outflow, it will come under investing and you will subtract the amount. Understood? Sale value will be added in investing. Purchase value will be subtracted in investing activity. Loss on sale of machinery will come under the head non-operating expenses under the heading cash flow from operating activities. Then we have accumulated depreciation account. As I told you, accumulated depreciation account is also known as provision for depreciation account. Provision being liability, opening balance will be shown credit side. Okay, liabilities का opening balance कहाँ आएगा? Credit side, and closing balance debit side. So opening balance is given 3 lakh. Okay, you can see in the question 2013 में accumulated depreciation is given 3 lakh. For that I have written by balance BD. In the year 2014 it is written 4 lakhs. For that I have written 2 balance carried down 4 lakhs. Now this 32,000 entry for this is accumulated depreciation account debit to machinery account. Okay, मशीनरी पे आप इसे क्रेडिट कर रहे हो. सो जब आप एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन बनाओगे, सेम अमाउंट विल बी शोन ऑन द डेबिट साइड. यू विल राइट टू मशीनरी अकाउंट 32,000. एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू मशीनरी अकाउंट 32,000. Now we will check the balancing figure. Here you can see debit balance is 32 plus 4 lakh is 4,32,000 minus this 3 lakh. Now this remaining balance of rupees 1,32,000 is the depreciation for the current year. क्योंकि हमारे पास current year depreciation नहीं था, we had total depreciation. That's why we made this account to find out depreciation amount for the current year. So what will be the effect of this depreciation amount? Being non-cash expense, it will be shown in your operating activity. Okay, you will add the amount as non-cash expenses. Okay, understood the concept? Machinery and accumulated depreciation. I repeat, machinery account, opening balance will be shown debit side, closing balance credit side. If sale is given in the question, it will be shown credit side. Depreciation amount for that particular asset will be shown on the credit side. Suppose after calculating we are getting loss, again it will be shown credit side. If it is a profit, that will be shown on the debit side. After all the transactions, you will check. If your debit side is less, you will get this purchase value. And this accumulated depreciation, because it is provision, opening balance shown credit side, closing balance debit side. If depreciation for the particular machinery is given, that will come on the debit side of accumulated depreciation account. Balancing figure would be current year depreciation, which will be shown under cash flow from operating activities under the head non-cash expenses. After adjustment, here comes the complete question. First, cash flow from operating activities. Surplus balance is given in the question. 6 lakh minus 4 lakh, closing minus opening, we got 2 lakh. Or adjustments related to this net profit before tax, like general reserve, dividends, not given in the question. That's why I have written here net profit before tax. Okay, profit से related और कोई भी adjustment नहीं है, so this will be considered as net profit before tax. After this, add non-cash and non-operating expenses. Okay, first is goodwill amortized. Yes, goodwill की value decrease हो रही है. Here you can see goodwill, earlier it was 2,24,000, which has been decreased to 80,000. Okay, so it will be termed as goodwill amortization. Okay, being non-cash expenses, it will be added. See, goodwill amortized, difference amount 1,44,000 has been added. Then depreciation on machinery, just now in the working note we have calculated this amount. Okay, 1,32,000, it will be added. In the same manner, loss on sale of machinery of rupees 4,000 is added. After adding all these three with 2 lakh, operating profit before working capital changes is 4,80,000. Now add decrease in current assets and increase in current liabilities. We'll check current assets. This is 2013 and this is 14. As I told you, we won't take current investment and cash and cash equivalent. Inventories check करते हैं. 2,42,000 which has been increased to 2,58,000. It will be subtracted. Trade receivables भी increase हो रहा है. Again it will be subtracted. What about current liabilities? Current liabilities we have two, trade payable and short term provisions. अगर ये increase होगा तो add होगा. See, trade payable decrease हो रहा है. In the same manner, short term provision also decrease. So all the components will be subtracted. See here, add वाले कोई components नहीं है. That's why I put nil. Less increase in current asset, decrease in current liabilities, increase in trade receivables, net effect is 54,000 will be subtracted. In the same manner, increase in inventory 16,000, decrease in trade payables 50,000, decrease in short term provisions 54,000. Okay, all these components will be subtracted from 4,80,000. ठीक है, 4,80,000 में you will subtract all these four. 54 plus 16 is 70,000. 70 plus 50 is 1,20,000. 1,20,000 plus 54,000 is 1,74,000. So 4,80,000 minus 1,74,000. Answer is 3,06,000. Cash flow from operating activities we got 3,06,000. Here comes cash flow from investing activities. Purchase of machinery, just now we have calculated in our working note. Okay. Here it is, machinery account. You can see this purchase value 5,88,000 and the sale value 12,000 will come in your investing. Here it is. Purchase of machinery 5,88,000 and sale of machinery 12,000. Net effect of these two will be cash used in investing activity because the bigger amount is in negative. So 5,88,000 and 12,000 plus minus becomes minus. Answer of investing is cash used in investing activity minus 5,76,000. Then we have financing. Financing में all transaction related to shares borrowings will come. We don't have any adjustment related to financing activity. Here share capital is given. You can see here 22 lakh. Here it is 24 lakh. 2 lakh का जो increase हुआ it will be considered as inflow. Now long term borrowings. From 3,40,000 it has been increased to 4,80,000. Again it is inflow. Here you can see cash proceeds from issue of shares 2 lakh. Money raised from borrowings 1,40,000. Total is 3,40,000. Now adding up these three activities, final answer 3,06,000. Then 5,76,000 and 3,40,000. These two are in positive. Let's add first. So 3,06,000 plus 3,40,000. The answer is 6,46,000. Now 6,46,000 minus this 5,76,000. Answer is in positive. You will write net increase in cash and cash equivalent 70,000. Next step to check the answer. See, all these steps include marks, so you cannot skip any of the steps. Okay, it is very important to show each and every steps along with working note clearly to get full marks. Alright, so we will add opening balance of cash and cash equivalent. For cash and cash equivalent, we have two, that is current investments and the equivalent itself. Opening balance is 3 lakh and 7,50,000. Total is 10,50,000. You will add this amount with your net increase, that is 70,000. जो आंसर अभी आया है, this 70,000. You will add this 10,50,000 with this. So 1050 plus 70,000, I guess it is 11,20,000. Now see whether our closing cash and cash equivalent is same or not. Here it is. Closing cash 4,80,000 plus 6,40,000, 11,20,000. That means your answer is correct. Okay, so this was the complete question with adjustment. Today we discussed two adjustments: how to prepare fixed assets account and accumulated depreciation account. To clear the concept, you need to go through the same question again and again and practice some questions, similar questions. Okay, then only you will get all the concepts thoroughly.